In fact, over here to our right here by this stump, you can see a yellow-backed diker. Now that word diker is an odd word. It's an African Dutch word that means a diver, because when they run away from things, it looks as though they are diving. Now here to our right, that is an okapi. Now okapis are most known for those black and white stripes. Now those black and white stripes, most people assume that they're related to the zebra, but they're actually related to the giraffe. And that's because they share the same black and blue tongue as well as the same skull structure as a giraffe. Now coming up here to our right, these are guys, please be quiet back there. No yelling out to those animals, please. Now here to our right, these are saddle-billed storks, guys. Now saddle-billed storks get to be around 5 feet tall and have a wingspan of around 9 feet. Now, unlike most animals, they don't actually communicate with a squawk like most birds. They actually clack their bills back and forth to communicate. Now, over here to our left, way up there on the hill, you can see a black rhino right there. Now, black rhinos are a very antisocial animal. They do love to spend most of their time by themselves. Now, they get to be around 3,000 pounds. They can run at speeds of up to 35 miles an hour. Now, the sad part about those black rhinos is that they are less than 5,000 left in the wild, and that's because they are constantly being poached for their horns. Now, there's nothing special about their horns. In fact, they're only made out of keratin. There's another one over here to our left. So their horns are actually made out of the same material that make up our hair and fingernails. So for humans, their horns actually don't serve a purpose whatsoever. Now over here to our left, these are bongos way over there. Now bongos are called the ghosts of the forest because they like to stay up in the trees like that. They don't come out too often. Now they love to take care of their horns. They will rub them against tree leaves or bark to get rid of any dirt or grime because they always want their horns to be well kept. Now over here to our left, these are greater kudus. Now greater kudus, those are actually females because only the male kudu species will have horns. And they're the largest of any anthropod. They are about 6 feet in length on those males, but they kind of go into a spiral. They are very large. Now we are headed right into the Safi River. Now this is generally where we can spot some hippos. So let's keep our eyes open for them. Hippos will spend most of their time under the water where it's nice and cool. And they can spend all that time under the water because they can actually hold their breath for about 8 minutes at a time. In fact, over here to our left-hand side, these larger gray birds right here, those are pink-backed pelicans. Now, just like those saddle-billed storks, they also have a wingspan of around 9 feet. And they get the name pinkback because their backs do turn a dusty pink color, but only during mating season will that happen. Now, I do see a hippo right over here to our left. Now, hippos do get to be around 4,000 pounds, so they are pretty large. Now, something unique that hippos do to mark their territories is called a dung shower. They will spray their dung across their territory to kind of mark their territory, and it also helps the ecosystem because it actually acts like a fertilizer for the plants and vegetation. Now, over here to our left, you can see some more over here that are outside of the water. You can see just how large they really are. Now, there is a baby hippo also over here to our left-hand side right over here. Now, as we cross this bridge here, guys, please remain seated. Everyone must remain seated as we cross this bridge here. Now, over here to the left, we've got some Nile crocodiles. Now, Nile crocodiles, as you see, they've got their mouths open. They're not waiting for food or anything. What they're doing is they are releasing all of the hot air from their bodies, much the way that dogs will pant to cool themselves off. That's what they're doing. They're just expelling all their hot air to circulate their blood flow. Now, they can also hold their breath for a long time, about 2 hours in fact. But in order to achieve that long 2-hour period, they do need to be in a very low heart rate, almost in a hibernative state, if you will, to achieve that long 2-hour period. Now, they do get to be very large, about 16 feet in length sometimes. So they are extremely large animals. Now we are entering the savannah now. Now out here on the savannah, it's the afternoon period, so a lot of the animals may be up in the trees and in the bushes where they like to hide during the time of day. it is a cooler day, so they still might be a little out and about, but we'll have to keep our eyes open to the trees and the bushes. Now, coming up here to our right-hand side, I do see a giraffe. Now, giraffes do get to be around 18 to 20 feet tall when they are fully grown, so they are very large. Now, this giraffe that we're seeing here, this is a Maasai giraffe. If you take a look to their spots, Maasai giraffes have more of a jagged edge to their spots. That's how you can tell the difference. There are around 9 different subspecies of giraffe in the world. Now, giraffes over here, they love to eat, guys. They will actually spend their entire day eating. Now, they can accomplish that because they actually have 4 stomachs. They don't just have one. That's how they can spend their entire day eating. Now, over here to our left, we've got some sable antelopes. Now, sable antelopes, as you see there, their horns kind of curve backwards over their shoulders. Now, they curve backwards over their shoulders like that because it'll actually help protect them from any sort of predator that likes to jump on their backs. So when they get jumped on, they kind of get jabbed in the chest area. Now, some more about these giraffes. Because giraffes spend their entire day eating, they will only sleep for about 30 minutes in a day. Now, they don't do that all at once, guys. They actually take little micro naps of about 2 to 3 minutes at a time, and they will sleep standing up. They just kind of lock their knees in place and fall asleep there. Now, coming up here to our right-hand side, back in the corner, you are going to see some springbok. Now, springbok are the smallest of the antelope. They only get to be around 100 pounds or so. And they get the name springbok because they can actually jump 6 to 8 feet straight up in the air. Coming up here to our right-hand side, you're going to see some Ankoli cattle. Now, they kind of look like Texas Longhorns with those massive horns of theirs. Now, those horns do get to be around 6 feet in length and about 3 to 5 feet from tip to tip sometimes. Now, you would think offhand that those horns are extremely heavy just based off of their size, but they're actually not. They're only around 30 pounds or so, and that's because they're practically hollow on the inside.